Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thot News, keeping thoughts off balance. We're going to start off today with a story about Serena Williams. Now, Serena, she was in the U.S. Open going for yet another championship to add to her collection. Serena, as you know, is the most powerful, wealthy tennis player in the world. She even has her own clothing line at SerenaWilliams.com, where the tagline is strong, sexy, and sophisticated. And that's what Miss Serena Williams, that's what she's all about. That's what her clothing line, that's their mission statement, that's their advertisement line. That's what she's all about. She's all about being strong, sexy, and sophisticated. All right, let's see Miss Strong, Sexy, and Sophisticated at the U.S. Open, going up against the very talented Naomi Osaka.
Naomi Osaka facing six-time U.S. Open champion Serena Williams, and the youngster dominated. Osaka, who trains in both.
You seen Osaka's mom there in the crowd. She's ecstatic. She's happy. Osaka, she's trained her whole life for this moment. And Osaka has always had Serena's number. When they had a match last time, Osaka dominated her as well. So I think Serena went into this match knowing that she was going up against a real competitor, someone that had taken her out before and was a good chance to take her out again. Remember, Serena, she's healing from having a baby. She had a baby recently. This powerful, strong, sexy, sophisticated woman actually took her husband, which is her coach, took him away from his wife. He was married and had 3 children of his own, and she used her power and wealth to take him away from his already established family. So, girl power, I guess.
Home, by the way, winning in straight sets for her first ever Grand Slam final. But unfortunately,
you see Naomi here. She's ecstatic. She's so happy. I mean, she was just whipping Serena horribly this whole match, just totally outclassing her every step of the way.
That win was overshadowed by the battle between Serena and umpire Carlos Ramos. Take a listen.
You owe me an apology. I'm getting my butt whipped out here, and you're not giving me any kind of bonuses.
You owe me an apology. I never cheated in my life.
Never cheated. Except that time I cheated with a married man and took him away from his wife and children. But let's not talk about that. I have a daughter with the man that I took away from his wife and kids. I am honest. I have integrity.
I never cheated. You owe me an apology.
My man up here, he's like, okay. Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system.
Yeah, Serena was watching her coach give her a hand signal.
Verbal abuse.
And now,
Mrs. Williams.
Wow. Even her own sister Venus is like, Serena, calm down. Come on. Just get out there and play some tennis.
All right, so let's recap, folks. Serena's first penalty was for coaching. She continued to...
Yes, her husband, coach, was sitting there and he was coaching her. It's caught on camera. He was doing it. Now, it's possible she didn't see him, but he's not a rookie. He's a veteran in this, and he knows that if you do that and you're caught, it's an infraction. And now, at this point, she just had a warning. You know, after she blew up from the initial warning, she should have got her mind back in the game. And, you know, maybe she could have went up against Naomi. But she just got lost.
argue with the umpire, denying she was getting coaching from the sidelines. Serena then picked up her second penalty when she broke her racket.
There you see she messed up. She hit the ball into the net. That's a point for Naomi. And she
resulted in a point
smashes
penalty.
Her
third
racket.
penalty came
Boom.
when she...
Now that's totally on her. That has nothing to do with the manager. That has nothing to do with the ref. That's straight up on you.
He called the umpire a thief. He said it was verbal abuse and gave her a game penalty. That put Osaka up 5-3, and pretty much, Tanya, it was over from there.
Now, it's interesting to note that it wasn't just for calling him a thief. She was continually berating him, tearing into him, and she called him a thief, and she even said, "You'll never referee another one of my matches again." Now, when you realize this guy's, he's just doing his job, and she's in the position of power here. She has all the power, she has all the fame, she has all the money, and if she's screaming at this guy saying, "You'll never referee another match that I'm in," she plays in all these tournaments, so that would disqualify him if they went along with it. From that could cost him his job if they went along with it. So the other umpires have actually stuck up with him, and there's actually a lot of them saying that they'll boycott her matches. So Serena, you may have kind of messed up. I mean, honestly, if I was Serena at this point, sometimes you just got to kind of suck it up, and I think she should issue an apology, and she should make a public statement that he was just doing his job. And I understand she was upset. I understand she was angry. Naomi was just beating on her that whole match. Naomi just, Miss Osaka, she is so talented. She's a young, emerging tennis star, and it's not fair for this young lady who's worked so hard and done so much at such a young age to have people looking at her and second guessing, saying, the umpire gave her the match. Serena is the veteran. She's the veteran, so she knows the consequences for this behavior, for yelling and screaming, and for her husband manager to be coaching her from the side. She knows all this. She knows smashing her racket is gonna cost her. And after already having those two penalties, she should have known, okay, you know what? Just shut my mouth, do some deep breathing, go out there and finish this match and keep the eye on the ball. I mean, eye of the tiger and all that. You can't. Again, there's no excuse. She's a veteran. Naomi, she's pretty much the rookie. She's the new kid on the block. And she was playing, and what's sad is Serena is her idol. Serena is her favorite tennis player. For her, it was an honor just to be playing with Serena. And so Serena certainly needs to come out and, if people start second guessing Naomi Osaka, then she definitely needs to say, no, Naomi played her heart out. She won fair and square. This does not reflect poorly on her at all. Now, let's move on to our second thought. Our second thought falsely accused her husband, a well-known lawyer, of beating her when he had never laid a finger on her. They were going through a divorce, and, well, thankfully, instead of going to prison and losing his law license, he used his brain and was able to outthink this thought for some amusing results.
A huge sigh of relief tonight, using his own investigative instincts to clear his name of serious criminal charges that would have likely ended his legal career. Dan Levy is live in the newsroom with more. Dan.
Elaine, William Conboy III is a former prosecutor in the Albany County District Attorney's Office. Last year, he was arrested and charged with kicking, choking, and beating his wife, 33-year-old Kelly Conboy. But using his own cell phone, William Conboy was able to turn the tables on his wife. They were allegations that turned William Conboy's life upside down. A respected young Albany attorney who all of a sudden was facing charges filed by his own wife, Kelly, that he was beating her right here inside the couple's house.
Everybody who knew him knew this wasn't, true, but what? No one else did, because you pick up the paper. He's on the front of the local section. He's a batterer. It's this. It's horrible. He went through hell.
As a young prosecutor, William Conboy knew he had been placed in a very tough position of being forced to prove a negative. In other words, he had to prove that something did not happen. But that's when he took out his cell phone and called his wife.
Now, think about this. Bill is not just an attorney. He's a prosecutor. He's a prosecutor for the city, for the state, whatever the case may be. And his wife, who he's going through a divorce with, instead of just going through it, she falsely accuses him of beating her in action that will not only cost him, his job, it could permanently discredit his law license, meaning he could never practice law anywhere, not to mention jail or prison time that he would do for this. All because this Thot was angry, and it's sad because here in America, it's supposed to be innocent, innocent until proven guilty. But sadly, when dealing with some of these thoughts, for the man, you quickly find out you're guilty until proven innocent. And that's a very difficult situation to be in. Thankfully, his wife wasn't the smartest Thot on the street. And he was able to trap her.
You know what's going to happen.
Okay.
If you are not out tonight with all of your, I will call the Albany Police Department and say that you beat me and get an order of protection next week against you.
Are you going to make something up that I hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to call the police and you're going to lie saying that I hit you. And, this blonde Thot Kelly, she's like, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Why would you do that, Kel?
Why would I do that? To get you the house, that's why.
Now, notice, she didn't say, I'm going to do this because you beat me before. She didn't say, I'm going to do this because you hurt me. You beat me, you kicked me, you strangled me. No, she just says, I'm going to do it to get you out of the house. And sadly, in today's day and age, a woman can call the police, a Thot can call the police on a man and just straight up lie. And even if there's not a shred of evidence backing up her claim, oftentimes the police will side with her and tell the man to get out of his own house.
As it turns out, the tape recordings were more than enough for Bill Conboy to be cleared of all charges here at Albany City Court. What no one will ever know, however, is what would have happened to him if the recordings were never made.
His law license was in danger. Professional Standards was investigating.
That's right.
Thank God that's over. I mean, not only has he been shown to be not guilty, but he's been proven to be innocent. Everybody knows it now.
Neither Kelly Conboy, who works as legislative director for State Senator Neil Breslin, nor her attorney returned our phone messages to...
Oh, well, I'm shocked. She gets caught red-handed lying, throwing out a false accusation against her husband, and she's not in the mood to talk. I'm shocked. I'm stunned.
Day. According to Cheryl Coleman, William Conboy has no intention of pursuing criminal charges against his wife, even though that might not be his decision. I spoke to the Albany DA's office just a little while ago, and they tell me it's not their decision either. Conboy used to work at that office, and so the case has been handed over to a special prosecutor.
Oh, all right. So even after he caught her trying to take away his livelihood and put him in prison for something that he hadn't done, he's still going to be nice enough to not press charges. And honestly, I think he should. If somebody brings up a false accusation against you, and it's obviously false, I'm not talking about the people who do something and then they scare the victim. I'm talking about legit false accusations. I believe charges should be pressed, and that the person with the false allegation, they should be punished to the full extent of the law, be they male or female. Next, we have a case here in SeaWorld where this lovely Thot got caught trying to cut in line in front of people and got called out for it. And this future Mensa applicant shows how Thot's deal with being told no.
Call him. Come on, Xavier. Call him. Are you security? I need security as soon as possible.
Get security over here.
Please. That's all I need is security. Call security. Yup, go get the kids, because all we have is proof. That's it. I was walking by and he pointed on me. Call security. You think we really gonna cut that whole line? Are you kidding me? We have to go and print our tickets at the kiosk because we purchased at AAA and we were unaware. So we went to the front of the line.
So she admits that they literally cut to the front of the line. She said, we don't have to do it. But then she said, yeah, we... Oh, Lord.
Okay? The person at the front named John told us to come back to the front of the line. And he put his hands on my son because he thought we were cutting the line. You really think black people are that ignorant? Is that what it is? You think black people are that ignorant?
No, Miss Thot. Black people are not that ignorant. You, on the other hand, are. And this is a horrible, horrible display to be doing in front of your children. I mean, this is the lessons you're teaching them? This is what they're going to grow up thinking that it's okay to do?
We are not going to cut that whole line. And if it was that way, if we cut the whole line, don't you think somebody would have said something? You think that guy would have let us right in? He wouldn't have let us right in. He would have called security and put us to the back of the line. Yeah, put it on YouTube. Show how racism works.
Showing her cutting in line and going off on people. That's how racism works. The KKK were doing it wrong all them years. This is how it was done. Not violently lynching people or putting burning crosses in people's yards. Calling out someone for cutting in line. That was what they should have been doing. Oh, yeah.
Do that, son. Do that. Cause I'm about to mess him up. What's up?
All right. Next, we have another young lady come up and actually physically assault a man talking on the phone, reporting her for something. I don't know what happened before this, but nobody lays a hand on this Thot, but she repeatedly strikes this elderly gentleman and goes off on the guy recording her beating on the elderly gentleman. Let's check out this Thot-tastic footage.
What's up?
Okay.
See about that damn
Okay,
shit?
you hit me. You just hit me.
Hit you?
Yes, you hit me.
Don't
You
you
did
record
this.
me. Don't you record
This
me.
is
I'm
for
sick of you.
protection.
I'm tired of your ass. I'm tired of your punk ass.
Don't record me while I'm punching and beating on people. That looks horrible when the judge sees it. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
I'm tired of you harassing me, making my life hell.
Okay.
You think I give a shit?
Please be quiet.
Fuck you, bitch. Dumbass, retarded ass. Y'all come on. Y'all want some of this? I don't care about you. I don't care about you.
Oh, you hit me on the video right here.
I don't care about you.
It's on video.
Hit the old man who's calling 911.
It's on video. Assaulting me. She's assaulting. It's assaulting.
Boom, and attacks the cameraman again. I mean, I don't know what the so-called harassment was, where they, these days when it comes to thoughts, oftentimes harassment doesn't mean actual harassment. A lot of times it's somebody tells a thought to stop doing something wrong or whatever, and doing something negative to somebody or something, and then that's called harassment, or that's what they will call harassment. But if anyone's harassing anyone, it's her harassing the cameraman and the elderly gentleman who's having to call police because of her violent behavior.
Oh, she's pressing. She's attacking me.
Don't you record me. Don't you record me.
This is for protection. This is for protection. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're unstable.
No.
No.
Your ass is unstable. Because I'm sick of you.
You're unstable. You're the unstable one that I'm sitting here beating on. Not me. Not the person who's repeatedly striking two individuals who hadn't touched her. This is how thoughts think.
Harassing me. I am sick and tired of you harassing me.
Okay.
Okay, if he's harassing you, film him harassing you and report that to the police. Show that harassment to the judge.
Please don't approach me. Please don't approach me. I ask you, please stay away. Please.
The guy, he's being polite. He's like, hey, okay, just please leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't approach me.
Please stay away. I ask you, please stay away. Please stay away.
And she's calling him, for him being the mature adult here, she's calling him weak and cowardly and a punk. She's the punk because you can't strike a woman, and she knows this. So, because if he did strike her, he'd be in jail, and she's using that to her advantage right here.
You are a punk.
You're
You are a punk. Get off of me. Don't touch me.
Please.
Shoot.
For our neighbor. That's right.
The little old man just puts his back to her, lightly bumps into her, trying to keep her from punching the cameraman again. And she dares tell the elderly gentleman, don't touch me, after she had struck him and the cameraman. I don't know if it's his son or a family member. She struck them repeatedly. He gets between her and the son, lightly taps up against her with his back, and she's screaming at him, don't touch me. Thought, how about you don't touch them?
Damn crazy ass people. If I want to hit you, boy, I would believe me.
Okay.
Why are you recording me? You're not supposed to record people.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what?
Yes,
It's
public.
I should punch his ass out.
It's public property, public street.
Yes, just
We
like
can
it's
record.
public property,
You
I'm
can
sick
record
and
me.
tired of your
You can.
dumb, retarded ass. You need to get you a girlfriend. You need to stop screwing your mother.
Okay, ask you,
I'm
please.
sick.
You need to get a girlfriend and stop screwing your mother. Such class in these thoughts. I don't understand why she's not married.
I don't have my hands on you, do I? Is I'm touching you? Is I?
I don't see no engagement ring on her hand. I certainly don't know why. I mean, this is a catch right here.
Touching you?
No.
Is I'm touching you with your funky asses?
Okay, ask you, please. Stay away. Please stay away. Please stay away.
No, y'all don't understand what I go through. These people have constantly
Just
harassed
walk
me.
away.
The police don't do
Officer,
shit.
officer.
They let them get away with a whole bunch of crap.
Okay. Now let's check out our next thought. This thought decided she was going to go into this store and do some shoplifting. Now, certainly a thought wouldn't think that it's okay for her to shoplift. I mean, certainly she's not so ignorant that she would think that, hey, stealing is okay. Or would she?
No.
I'm not gonna let go. We're gonna call the police and deal with this the right way.
Okay, so we have an incident with our Thot-tastic gal here. Here we have an employee, a manager, clerk. Something's obviously happened, and he said, we're going to call the police. We're going to do this the right way. This looks like some kind of, I don't know, is this a Walgreens, a Rite Aid? It looks like some kind of pharmacy place like that.
Okay.
Of course, she's going to defend her purse. A Thot will always defend her purse to the death. The purse is more valuable than anything. Kill me if you want, but you'll never take my Louis Vuitton.
You're not going to go anywhere. We're going to call the police.
Yeah, you know, I'll
You
have to you
shoplifted.
when you...
Oh, she shoplifted. Now, my man here, he's clever because he realized that he doesn't have to touch her. All he has to do is grab the Thot's purse. She will not abandon that purse for anything. Smart man.
Assault someone, you'll go to fucking jail.
Good, good.
Someone.
Okay, when the police get it, we'll see.
Yeah?
We'll see, okay? Yeah.
So she got caught shoplifting, and she's telling him, you're going to go to jail. Not me for shoplifting, not me for stealing, but you for catching me stealing.
Okay, yes, we will see.
We'll see.
Okay, good.
Okay,
You shoplift, you can't shoplift here.
Yeah, why not?
My man says, Thot, you can't shoplift here. And she's like, yeah, why not? I mean, why can't I? This is where we're at, people. This is where the human race is at. Just can we bring Armageddon on? Can the meteors start falling? I think we're done. I think we're done. Just start Armageddon. Let's get it going.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You don't.
Yeah. Why not? Why can't I shoplift?
Shoplift here. You can go somewhere else, not here.
Fine, let me go somewhere else.
Fine, let me go somewhere else. Now, you would think this moron would just... He's not touching her. Just take off out the door. Run. Let the purse go. Just let it go. Since...
You're not going anywhere. You shoplift. Stay right here, and we're going to call...
Okay, now she's getting her body in between him and the purse. This is a Thot-tastic level 9,000 move. She's going to pry the precious purse out of his hand.
Police, you're going to get arrested. It's real simple.
You just hurt me in the parking lot. We'll see
That's
how
right.
That works too.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. You
Can you get him to let go of me?
Oh, they come...
Let go of me. He's not touching you. He has the purse.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. We'll see. Okay.
You can't shoplift and think you're going to get away.
You can't just grab someone.
Yes, I can. You
You
shoplifted.
just pushed me into the parking lot.
Sure, I did.
Now a crowd's drawn.
Man. Oh, you going to start.
Look at my man here. He's like, look, I just came in here to buy my Metamucil. I'm really not wanting to see a Thot going off.
Kicking?
Yes.
You going to start kicking out the shoplifting? Start kicking.
He hurt me in the parking
You
lot.
shoplifted. You don't shoplift, now you're kicking me. Go ahead and watch what happens.
She's kicking him. She's saying he's going to go to jail.
The parking lot. You threw me and hurt
Oh,
my
yeah,
arm.
yeah.
You hit my arm.
I
That's
did.
like that.
I sure did.
She is desperate for that purse. She got her crack rocks in there. She got her meth not even one time, people.
Oh, really? I'm going to take you down for that now.
And the Thot goes down.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Ma'am, you need to chill.
You need to chill out!
You need to chill.
Now!
Boom! Look, they're trying to help you. Like, just calm down, chill out. You know, better yet, let go of your purse and take off.
Stop it! Stop it!
You need to calm down.
Stop it!
Let him go.
No!
Stop.
Look, this girl's even like patting her leg, and she's like, okay, Thot, just calm down. See, this lady, she has common sense. And you know, she's trying to calm her down to help her get through this, but, well, thoughts are going to be thoughts.
No! No, no.
Oh, now it's the battle cry of the Thot right there. She's going to go super Thot.
Let me go!
I'm working. She's what's that? Do you know her? Do you know her?
My purse! Oh my God!
Let her go.
No!
Crack's a hell of a drug.
My man comes through saying that there's a hell of a drug. I agree.
Go ahead.
I will let someone else
please.
step away from me now.
No.
Yes.
I work here, so no.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking matter.
Keep the line going. If you have something to check out, please.
Let go.
Yeah, people, come on. It's just another Thot. Just check out with your goodies and be on your way. Oh, just look at that face. Oh, dear Lord. Don't that look like something out of a nightmare? Could you imagine waking up to that? Fellas, could you imagine having to wake up every morning beside that? With that face.
Please check out.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Stop it. Oh, start kicking. Watch what happens. Oh, really?
Now she's going to full on start punching. She's wanting to get Tyson.
Stop it!
You ain't Ronda Rousey, Thot.
Stop it!
Go! She's still smaller than you.
I'm not hitting her. I'm fighting myself.
Here we have another Thot saying, let her go. She's smaller than you. Just let the shoplifter go. That's Thot sticking up for Thots.
Stop it!
Don't fight him either.
Stop it!
You're being filmed.
You let go of me
and
now.
Everybody is pointing out what you're doing.
Let go. You can't detain me.
Oh, now
Do
you
not
know.
fight him.
Stop it!
Legally allowed to detain me. If you guys have business, please go ahead and do your business. Okay.
Over here. Perfect.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Be a gentleman.
Okay.
Let go now.
Shut up, you old Thot. Watch your mouth. Be a gentleman. What's wrong with you? Why don't you watch your mouth and go back to the hag farm? You're not needed here. Now look, here you could see a before and after. This is Thot now. This right here is where she's going to be. Maybe her hair will be a lighter color, but she's going to turn into an old, dried up, sour Thot. That's what we got here. We have a young, fresh Thot right here. She's going to turn into an old, dried up Thot right here. Dusty down there.
You've done your job.
Oh, she finally let go of the purse. Finally, it registered to her. And after all this time, it finally soaked through her Thot skull. Hey, he's not touching me. He's only touching the purse. Let the purse go. Probably a fake Louis Vuitton that she got off eBay for $15 anyways. That Thot ain't affording no real Louis Vuitton.
Come here.
Can I have my glasses, please?
Turn around. She has behind your back.
And the police are there.
He actually is. You know
You
that,
turn around
right?
on me, it's going to be bad for you. You face the other way. Don't move. Got it?
Yeah.
Put your feet together. Put your fingers together. Put your fingers together.
Glasses.
You got your glasses.
The Thot has been neutralized.
Everything on your need to know about? Guns, knives, needles, no hook, the shit you make complete? No. Okay.
I had a couple of issues. I think it's
YouTube and Facebook, bro.
Good job, guys. Now, Thot, let this be a lesson. Next time, pay for your massengale. All right? Pay for your douche, and then things like this won't happen. I know it's expensive. You might have to get the off-brand, but, you know, just pay for your Vagisil next time, Thot, and it'll be okay. She was arrested for shoplifting Vagisil. All right. Now for our next story, we have rookie Thots. These are some young Thots going after a guy and his girlfriend, and constantly getting in his face, using their Thot privilege card to take swipes at him and his lady friend. Let's see.
Oh, let's go. Dude, like, what are you saying? Are you gonna say that shit to my face?
Now here you have my man, and he's with his much better looking girlfriend, and they're just walking. They're just doing their thing.
You started it. I didn't start it, actually. Your boyfriend messed up and you're telling me I'm a gym head and I should go get sold again? Don't say that to my face right now. Hey, sweetheart, you don't need to text
Hey, take it easy.
What are you gonna do, Luke?
Don't
What are
fucking
you
do
gonna
that shit.
Like, what are you gonna
Christ.
do?
Smacking phone out of her hand, and then
Somebody texting, somebody's talking
see
to
the
her.
guy.
Yeah.
He's just trying to
Why?
be cool.
I'm just holding it
trying
so it
to
doesn't
be
get
reasonable.
crashed on the
Give me
ground.
it, please.
Like, are you gonna say this to my face or what? Are you serious? Stupid
Oh
fucking
my
bitch.
god.
Oh, starts throwing her drink, her water, whatever that was, in her face. This is a high class Thot right here. Serena Williams would be proud.
Marissa, like, come say it to my face.
Don't
Would you
let her
stick
fucking
up for
go.
me like that?
Say it
You
to
go
my
ahead and
face.
keep crying and your makeup's falling off.
Don't let her fucking go.
Quit shaking, bitch. What are you
She's like, don't let her get away. Don't let her get away.
scared? You want to talk to three bitches' boyfriends and think you can walk away?
All right, so the guy, apparently he was dating the angry, ugly Thot. He got himself a much better looking young lady, and that's who he's dating now. They're being the bigger person. You know, the prettier girl, she has class. She could have took a swipe at the girl. She could have swung at her, especially when she smacked her phone out of her hand and splashed water or Sprite or whatever that was on her. But no, you see, this lady here, she has some class. She's just turned away and being the better person.
Like, really?
Bailey,
You're
get her
knocking
now.
in that truck, sweetheart. You're knocking in the truck.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Now look at here. We got the Thot pack. Now see, this isn't one Thot going after the gal. You have two Thots going after the more attractive gal and who has some class and her boyfriend. So this is a pack of Thots. They like to travel in packs, guys. You got to be careful when they're, you know, they outnumber you.
Okay. You mean she can say shit that she's saying to all? Yeah, like, fucking say it, man. Say it.
Bro, leave her alone, please.
See, the guy, he tells the pack of Thots, he's like, hey, just leave her alone. I mean, so it's like whatever heat that the ugly ex-girlfriend has, he's like, you know, take it out on me, but just, hey, leave her alone. You know, she's obviously a sweet gal. She isn't retaliating in any way, and he's trying to reason with the Thots. But you see, when you're dealing with hoes like this, you can't reason with them. I mean, nice try, valiant effort, my man, but
Luke, don't need this shit. You
don't need this shit. Yeah, I do.
You fucked up, and you don't need it, man. Like,
You guys
stop.
can just stay away from her, please.
Yo, like, bro, you broke up. Okay to do this? You broke up two people in a week, Marissa.
Listen, it's my choice to break up with her. Why do you guys have to go and do
No,
that?
it's not even against you, bro. There's three other fucking people. This is Marissa's problem.
okay, so he broke up with the ugly Thot. Leave him alone. Find another guy. Come on. There's incels at your school that'll take you. What are you pestering him for?
I don't give a fuck. Stop bitching. What are you gonna melt?
Let it go. Let it go. Stop being a Thot online.
Oh, what? Why can't your bitch do something? Yeah. Why can't your bitch do something? Like, she looks like a little dope donkey. Why can't she do something?
Maybe because she ain't a bitch. Maybe she actually has some class. Maybe she was brought up right. Now, did you think about that?
Please just stay. You don't touch her, okay?
You're a pussy.
Get in the truck. Get in the truck.
Stay. Don't push me.
Just stay.
Guys like, get in the truck. Leave her alone.
Get away.
Touch me, Luke.
Why do I have to fucking do that?
Luke.
Hey,
Get in inside.
I'm going to ride for school.
Are you getting in or what? Get in. Get in the
I'm
fucking
not a part
truck.
of this, but I have one question.
Get in the truck.
Getting in the truck.
I'm not a part of this, but I have one question. Why did you lie to me? I'm the reason why you broke up with me.
Yeah.
Why did you lie about the reason why you broke up with me?
I broke up with you because I'm sick of your clingy fucking bullshit.
Hey, just if you lay up.
My man, he's tired of this crazy thought. And apparently she put him through this hell 24/7. And, you know, a man can only take so much. So he got a prettier gal. A gal who has some class. Who has some integrity.
Fucking Anna Samuel, I'll slit your fucking throat, Luke.
Yeah, you're acting like such a princess. What a catch. What's wrong with this guy?
She's touching me.
Luke, you're a fucking. You said you didn't break up with me for Marissa, but who's hit the bitch? Who are you fucking?
Oh! This thought ran over. Girl's just sitting in the truck. She runs over and sucker punches her. Just sucker punches her. No way to defend herself. Just run up from behind and sucker punch.
Fucking out.
Get another one in, Bailey. Get another one in.
And her friend says, get another one in. Go punch her again. Go sucker punch her again. Oh! How was that for karma? Let's see that again. Let's see that beautiful footage again. You ran over her. Hold on. Let's see that again.
Marissa, but who's hit the bitch? Who are you fucking out?
Get another one in, Bailey. Get another one in.
You just ran over me! I'm good! Stop!
Oh, well, apparently she was fine. The thought bounced back up. Let's just say that's probably from all of the times that she's been, we'll call it exercising with those legs. You see, that's how strong a thought is. You can run over her legs, it ain't gonna stop them from spreading.
Now to the...
My friends, not all heroes wear capes. Some of them drive trucks and run over Thot's legs for sucker punching and encouraging her thought-packed sucker punch a gal from behind. So, all's well that ends well. So as always, party people, it's Jeremy again with Thot News, keeping thoughts off balanced. Good evening, and be good or be good at it. If you like this video, please give me a like and a subscribe, share this on social media, and do your part to help educate the thoughts in your life.
It's like